All right. Good morning. Addie G in the house. Welcome to my channel. All right, guys. I want to do a recap on the information I have disclosed. And I'm speaking to Carolina and Carolina CPS workers. So I want to do a recap. And, at one time, and I may still, I wanted to dissect my tarot channel and move everything over as far as Carolina CPS goes to my patriotic gaming channel. But I truly just do not have time. So anyhow, I want to do a recap real quick. Make sure we all have the information. And then, because this is my tarot channel, you can walk off after you hear what I have to say. You don't have to stay for the reading. That is simply for entertainment purposes. So, welcome. Haters, abusers, users, criminals, cons. All the folks that are watching, neighbors, judicial system, fakes, frauds, baby mama family. This was corrupt, what was done. So, like I say, we're going to do a quick recap on why I am the pissed off gammy and so upset over some things. Not to mention, I was targeted. People tried to do some things to literally drive me insane, make me look insane because of the fight I was fighting for. And a lot of these tarot readers, no, not all of them, jumped on the bandwagon. As we know, I was hacked, stalked, and I'm going to prove my point here on how pathetic some of this was. This mother and what she tried to do. All right, so as you guys know, I showed you the cup in one of my last readings. That cup was sealed when my son moved back to Louisiana in, I believe it was March of this year, April. Beginning of April. All right, so as we know, this is the toddler that was put into staged wreck. Now, let me tell you what's sickening about this. Let me see, I know I have that picture. During 2021, a young lady, the lady that staged the car wreck, these two women right here, one of them worked at a facility I work at. Not the baby's mama, she was in Carolina. She came up to me and she said to me, "Miss Addie, do you know what MK Ultra is?" Well, Miss Addie didn't at the time, but Miss Addie does now. So, no doubt, we already know I was hacked, stalked. Excuse me. We know my son was either poisoned or drugged. So, Miss Social Worker, this is what I want to say to you. Yes, ma'am, I do believe you are a couple idiots. You literally ran off the cliff because you was running with the herd. You did a lot to keep this under the rug, keep it undercover. But this is what I want to tell you. And apparently this is how ignorant you were. While you were so busy protecting this woman from, it was all about saving face and protecting her simply because you both had the same skin color, which is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard of. So, but this is my point. This woman played every one of y'all for a damn fool, even the judicial system. She manipulated the judicial system, went to court trying to get a restraining order on my son, lied saying my son was going to assault her with a machete. Now, this is the same woman that has told him before in private, driving down the road, she knew how he felt. She knew he wanted to take his children and go home. This woman told him, I'll tell him you assaulted me. I'll tell him you tried to kill me. I'll tell him you threatened my life. Now, this is the same family that has already threatened my life numerous times. I also have a video where they went on my TikTok talking about some little rinky-dinky ghetto song, talking about poof, and she's gone. That's a threat, baby. So, you all protected people that were gunning, that were criminals, frauds, felons, and thieves. Miss Social Worker, you protected this woman as well. This woman sat in the judicial system on the stand and tried to manipulate a judge. Because while she was trying to get a restraining order against my son, her and her entire family were stalking me and has been for years. Not only did they stalk me, as I said before, the best friend right there was the one that asked me, Miss Addie, do you know what MK Ultra is? So there's no doubt in my mind that either someone put a camera in my home, someone flipped a camera on my phone, something to that effect. There are still a couple pieces of it, couple pieces to the puzzle that I'm missing, but no doubt I'm going to figure that out as well. Because, again, when I started hearing my life being played back to me, that was the MK Ultra thing. Someone was either giving these tarot readers live feed to what was going on in my home, or either, they had flipped that camera. And I say this to all of it. There's not a damn thing I have ever done in my life that trumps the sick, twisted bullshit that you all did. Now, Miss Social Worker, like I said, you protected this woman. You rode right with them to the point you made yourself accessory to several crimes. But the part that I don't understand is this right here. The entire time what my son and I was screaming, I want to know how you hear this and think you've done your damn job. These children did not want to go with their mother, Miss Social Worker. The criminal, the abuser that you protected, that you helped manipulate the judicial system. Madam, you need to have charges pressed against you. This was a very sick thing. Excuse me. There are several cases, numerous cases. Any case you have ever worked needs to be reopened and investigated because you didn't do your damn job. You were more focused on what I keep preaching on. Let me protect her. Let me stand up for, we have the same skin color. Well, if this is how you did your job, your entire career, you have associated yourself with accessory to numerous crimes throughout your career. What I want to know as a social worker, because anyone can hear that and know these children know who their abusers are. These children know who loved them. These children know who had their back, who protected them, and who was there for them. Every one of you need to be sitting in prison. This humiliation ritual that you thought you all were going to do through these tarot readers, I'm not who you thought I was. I'm not who you were led to believe I was. And this was all very criminal. So like I said, this woman sat in court, tried to get a restraining order against someone while her entire family was stalking me and my son. Not to mention, my son was either drugged or poisoned. Now, prior to that, the year before, I had spoke with my son, and I knew when I was speaking to my child that something was wrong. He was experiencing diarrhea, vomiting, sickness, and this was also cups of coffee being handed to him. So you may have also made yourself accessory to attempted murder. So this entire situation was very sickening. So like I said, let's do a recap real quick. So we have a mother that went to your state. Every bit of this was premeditated. She played my son for a naive fool. And yes, that's exactly what he was. That man sat here, though, because the only child she took with her was the baby when she ran to your state. Mr. Leach, I have screamed this at the top of my lungs. I made many calls to your office, many emails to the governor's office, many emails to the sheriff's office. Let's go to that real quick. Let's see, the tarot readers we're talking about, but you gave her the PIN number. Yes, I did. But it's after she lied and said that the credit machine did not work at the place I sent her to get shoes for her children. You see, you thought I didn't hear that. I have hundreds of examples of where you all targeted me, where you all tried to play these mind games with me. This was all done for a dirty win. So my question to you, Mr. Leach, is this what happens behind the scenes? Is this the people you're banking your career and your faith on? Because, darling, they're going to lead you right off the cliff. Anyhow, point being this, recap. So this mother did all this, ran to your state, these social workers protected her. You can hear these babies' screams. Right now, my grandchildren are having their little minds, their psyche played with. Right now, they're not allowed to speak to their father, the daddy, the mama that took care of them. Again, this woman has never worried about nothing but beating the roads, doing drugs. Now you got the one-legged Hopalong Cassidy over here trying to control the entire family. You've got the aunt, the same home they're put back in, that sprayed whiskey in their face. The same aunt, the same mother, the same family that have belittled these children, tortured these children, mentally played with their minds out of jealousy, envy, and spite. It's not my fault who you had your other children with. The fact that I love my grandchildren and tried to make sure I helped provide them with what they needed brought out the beast, the jealousy, and the envy in every damn one of you. To the point, you tried to do this with my life. You tried some MK Ultra bullshit. You tried to exploit me, humiliate me, all for a dirty win. We are going to court, and all of this evidence is coming with me. You are a very sorry, pathetic woman. You are a criminal, you are a thief, and you are an abuser. Anyhow, what is really sickening is how you tried to use the judicial system to manipulate it. You tried to use the CPS system, you manipulated it for a dirty win. You tried to manipulate the judicial system for a dirty win. While you were tormenting a man, provoking him numerous times. You provoked him. Y'all would wait until you got him upset and provoked over him standing in his power, standing up for the abuse of his children, for what you were doing to his children. You guys treated these two girls different than you did the rest of your family, and you always have. I have receipts where I have purchased these babies' clothing, school supplies, beds, everything, from the time they were born, including diapers, milk, and everything else. So, you can try to portray who you are. I have everything I need to shoot holes in your lies with truth. So this has been really sickening. You tried to put me through a lot of mental torture, and it worked. It did. It did for a while. But what I know is truth, and what I know is what actually happened. You guys did try some kind of MK Ultra BS. Matter of fact, you clicked up with some of my own family. You and my youngest son were never friends, but then you were on his Facebook. And this all started with, you see, your brother also had the audacity to brag about how he knew how to hack. Your brother Rodney. First Amendment right, baby, freedom of speech. The truth is going to come out. Some of y'all are going to prison, and that's exactly where the F you deserve to be. Miss Social Worker, since you was along for the ride and you protected them, you need to go right on down the pipeline to prison with them, baby girl. Both of you. Who were in the beginning of this case, who overseen this case. This was some horrific shit that was done. It was a hate crime, it was racist, and it was discrimination. The family was committing hate crimes because this man was white. The family was committing hate crimes because they did not want to be seen for who they were. Criminals, felons, con artists, and thieves. That's fact. Anytime, the same way you tried to sabotage that GoFundMe, I have pictures of all of that. As well as the recording with the little song, Jiggy Jiggy, whatever, poof, and she's gone. Baby, I'm not afraid of you or anybody else. You can threaten my life all day long. And I'm going to tell you the same thing I said before. I believe in my First Amendment rights. I believe in my Second Amendment rights. And if you think, Southern girl won't have some pow-pow pew-pews hid all over this property, no one has ever threatened this mother's life. Not one damn time. Not one time. What I gave you was an invitation. And that invitation still stands, baby girl. Any day, any time. Come right on over. You know where I live. You know where I'm at. But don't you think for one damn minute I won't stand up and defend myself, my property, and my kind. You're sorry, B-I-T-C-H. You are the sorriest, B-I-T-C-H, I have ever laid my eyes on for what you did to me, what you did to my son, and what you did to my grandbabies. So you go ahead and hide behind that mask, because I'm going to strip that bitch off of you. You think I'm not pissed? You guys act like I'm bipolar and I just come out here spewing all of this. I have a reason to be. You drugged my son, or you poisoned my son. You've abused my grandchildren. You abused the judicial system. You abused the CPS system. You made fools out of all of them. Out of all of them. From the governor on down, baby. The judges, the CPS workers, and these dumb broads. Because we have the same skin color. Ignorance at its finest. Ran right off the cliff with you. It's sickening. The entire thing is sickening. Now my babies, them precious, beautiful babies, now they're laid up in the living room with the drug addict felon. With old Hopalong Cassidy having control. The same person y'all gave control to the first time. That ridiculed my son. Tried to humiliate my son. Tried to provoke my son into fights. Where y'all could literally take this man out, lie, clan together, and make it look like he did something to y'all. When the entire damn time, you and your family were the guilty culprits. You and your family have been stalking, sabotaging for years, as well as manipulating the judicial system, YouTube platforms, where a lot of other African Americans got together and targeted me. Y'all know it. I know it. So if you're butthurt over it, just get the hell over it. And I'm talking to the readers. You know what you did. You know what you did. There was a lot of folks that clanned together. And you know what's crazy? Is every one of these people that clanned together, every one of them are con artists, thieves, pill poppers, crystal meth snorters, cocaine snorters. These children even stated, I saw Uncle Roach snorting something. That's cocaine or crystal meth, baby. And not a damn one of y'all did a damn thing to take them babies out of that home. And you still haven't. You still haven't. You are still covering it up. Like I said before, if a mother is exempt because she is under CPS or has children, well, baby, there are thousands of female criminals you all need to release from prison, compensate, apologize for, and send them on their merry way. A woman is not exempt from crime simply because she has a set of breasts, simply because she is female. Now, these men are getting fed to hell up with what y'all doing. This is something that's gone on for years, and the tables are turning. Men are starting to wake up and see what the hell you all are doing. You used you used the judicial system. A lot of you do it. You lie. You can't be just open up, straightforward. I've never done this BS to a man. I might have stood up to fight a good fight. There might have been times I was poor and couldn't afford to fight. But it's damn sure not because I tried to use my children as pawns. And that's exactly what half of you are doing. Fathers have rights, especially when it comes to abusive mothers. I didn't abuse my children. I tried to keep my children away from the home of a predator. And that's what pissed my husband off. Matter of fact, his words were, I will blank myself before I keep her away from my mother's. There's an eyewitness to that. There's an eyewitness to the day he kicked my feet out from under me after I had already given him the car, the trailer, and was going back to the home to get clothing for my children because my children were with me. And I'm sick of it. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with the fact that my own children were brainwashed. You know, I have no issue with the fact they love their father. As your father, you should. Every child needs a father and a mother in their life because they receive numerous... It helps bring balance to a child to have a mother and a father in their life. But what is pathetic is how these women are doing. You're trying to strip fathers of their rights. Not only do you do that, but you try to manipulate the judicial system and the CPS system to bring criminal charges against someone when you are the effing culprit. So not only did you literally try to cause this man's mother to want to take her own life, not only did you try to take opportunities away from her, sabotage my money, you also tried to make him look criminal. This man has a clean record. This man stresses now over his babies. This man stresses, this was nothing but vengeance out of the love of his children. You are a sick individual. And I will keep screaming it until the day we are standing on the courthouse steps. Carolina, your judicial, let me see, what's it called? It's the bar. Y'all need to annihilate and do away with where attorneys get to charge those consultation fees. How is a person ever, that's the corruptest shit. How is a person ever supposed to come up with attorney money when you're popping them just to give a consultation to see if someone will take their case? $250 to $500 a pop. That's like blue collar crime. That's kind of slick, slang, conniving. It really is. I understand y'all went to school. You got your license through the bar and everything. I get that. I get it. You supposedly know your worth for what you went through, which for what, 4 years of college. But that's the most insane crap I've ever seen. How, and I get, you don't want to waste your time on people whose case you're not going to take. But that's robbery. People can't afford that. So anyhow, this was a very sick thing. Your judicial system was used. Your CPS system was used. You covered up for criminals, felons, thieves. Never once did you pay attention to what these children were saying. They were being abused. You hear it? You hear it? I hope it burns into your fucking mind. I hope when you're laying on your deathbed, Miss Social Workers, this is what you hear. For the corrupt BS you did. You need to have criminal charges brought against you. Because this is my thing. If you did this in this case, simply because we have the same skin color, let me make sure this woman keeps her children, this woman doesn't go to jail, she's exempt from the crime. And you keep trying to say it's in the past, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. Because these are the kind of things that lead up to children being annihilated. Children, innocent children being tortured and put through pure hell. There are numerous cases. Mr. Leach, you want to bring about reform? Like I've said before, start with baseline, baby. Start with letting these sack of shits know. Discrimination, racism. You are going to make a fair assessment. That woman, when she told my son, you should have kept your information in your home. This man was making reports on abuse. Now let's go back to, since it was MK Ultra and a lot of these tarot readers involved themselves in a custody case, they had no effing business because they also jumped on the wagon train of we have the same skin color, let us protect her. You all also need to have some RICO and hate crime laws brought down on y'all's asses. So let's go to that. I lost my train of thought, guys. Because while they were the ones targeting me, let's see, and I have thousands, hundreds, Percy, and I'm going to say it exactly how I heard it. Raise your head up, bitch. Yeah, I knew, baby. I heard you. I knew. You can kiss my lily white arse. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick and fed up with the racism. I'm sick and fed up with how biracial children are being treated. If you're not going to love them and treat them right, then let them the hell go so somebody can. You're sick. And you think you try to portray, I don't have an anger issue. I have an I'm fed the hell up issue. I'm tired of my babies, my little precious grandbabies, being mistreated. Right now, you are playing with their little minds. Let me tell y'all something. These babies, children look up to us as adults to protect them. How did you protect them? I want to cuss you right now. I want to tell you what kind of sorry bitches you are. Because you are. That's not anger. That's pissed because I've seen what you felons have done, what you criminals have done, and how you had workers who need to be investigated, stand by your side and protect you. While you stalked my family, while you stood and tried to stop my money so I couldn't come prove that case. It's going to come out. It's going to be proven. You are going to prison. Y'all tormented this man. You heckled. You mocked. You tried to provoke him so you could record him. Why? Because you planned on taking that man out. You planned on killing my son. You planned on killing that man. You planned on killing him, and then you planned on, with your hate crime asses, clanning together because we all have same color skin and lying like dogs to cover it up. Michael Leach, this is pathetic. You, sir, you should listen to what your public is trying to tell you. In your own town, you have had people scream out at you how the other readers are liars too, but how these social workers are liars, and they are. They lied on reports. They lied and manipulated the judicial system. They lied and manipulated the children's CPS system. And I guess it takes a crazy old heifer like me. Y'all tried to make me look insane. And my kind of crazy is not insane. My crazy is old redneck, tell you how it is, give you a cussing crazy. And that's exactly what I'll do, and I'll do it again. Does that make me unfit? Hell no. That makes me have a set of huevos to say what most people too chicken shit to say. Now let's get on with this read. You thought you was going to take my kid out. You thought wrong. You thought wrong. You know, I don't have anything against this other little girl that stayed just crying with you. You know why? I've been poor. I've been so poor in my life, like Will Smith said on Fresh Prince. We had to save up just to be poor. I know what it's like to eat boiled chicken, red beans, starve, freeze, burn up in the summertime, go without shoes. I know what that's like. I remember rolling off the bus in 3rd grade scrapping. I know what it's like. I get it. But at no point have I ever committed some bullshit like this. So I don't hold it against the other old girl, because I know she was trying to figure out some kind of way where you guys could connive some money. Was it criminal? Yes. But it wasn't her that came up with the bright idea of putting her child in a staged accident. And that should have told you something. It wasn't her kid, it was yours. All right, moving on. Lord, I ask that you bring down your divine white light. Let it flow through me as I speak, scream to the top of my lungs about the injustice, the filth, and let the truth flow through me of the corruption that was done, that I tried to tell these men about, who were probably in their ego and pride from day one. I tried to tell y'all in 2018 my son was going to die. I tried to tell y'all, I guess I should have been a little more explicit in my psychic ability and told you how this family was going to try to take this man out. Why? You know how sickening that is? And it also makes me believe that that's exactly why that cross showed up, because God is love. God is love. Y'all tried to take a man out of love, the love of his children. That's sick. Everybody wants to stand up and take the political pictures and portray they're the bee's knees, whatever you call it. But not a damn one of you, not one of you, have stood up to be the hero. So let me go to that. My son made a report. I contacted the sheriff's office myself to go and meet him. He did speak with an officer, and sir, I have your name written down. This I have to say to you. Apparently, you are not too good of a cop. You may want to go ahead and resign because as a police officer, you suck. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying you suck. This man made a report with you, but at no time did you go file that report. Well, to me, that's ignorance and idiocy. And let me tell you why. Because even a rookie knows small reports lead up to solving big crimes. Had they taken this man's life, your reports would have brought truth and justice to what happened. You also did not make a report. This man didn't coach his children. You can hear these babies screaming. He wasn't standing there coaching them babies. They were hanging on to their daddy for dear life. They know who loves them. They know who treats them right, who protects them, provides for them. And it damn sure ain't these people. This is all about saving face, hiding crimes. Let my image not be tarnished in the public view. But again, at no point did anybody stand up to be the hero. Because it's easier to rub elbows, network, and I know CPS works right hand in hand with the law, works right hand in hand with the public officials, the governor's office, and all of that. But again, like I said, at no point did anybody stand up and do the right thing, including you, Governor, including you. Numerous times I spoke to your office. And all you could do is say, well, we're sorry to hear. You're more than sorry to hear. You're sorry. You're sorry. You have sorry, sick souls. You can stand up all day long on a political platform and say what you're going to do and rally together the votes. But this BS right here shows where your true concern is at. And it is not for the public. It is not for we the people. You have citizens in your county screaming of the injustices that has happened in your CPS system. And not a damn one of you have gotten down to the nut cutting of the baseline of what is truly happening. Again, you can fill out Form L490. You can fill out Form I-1020. You can do that all day long. You can make classrooms better. You can in-service these CPS workers. But until you get down to the nitty-gritty of the lying, of the protecting, of the racism, the discrimination, and the hate, until you cut that shit out, nothing changes. You will keep having crap just like this right here happen. Who's going to stand up and be the hero? Who? Because I'm telling y'all, I will not stop. I will take my last damn breath to make sure this goes public. This was criminal. Not just criminal. What these people did to me was sick. And every one of you rode right along on the bandwagon, including, right now, and that's why I decided to go ahead and involve the tarot reading, right down to how the tarot readers were involved. This is a job. This is a job where I would have had to pay tax revenue. This is a job where I would have received an income. So I don't know who put the cameras. I don't know if it was your CPS system that decided to investigate me, which you had no right, because I was never a candidate. Remember? You remember. There's a lot of people pissed off because I know what y'all did. These CPS workers need to face criminal charges. You know, I went through something almost identical right here with one of my own kinfolk. This woman went above and beyond. Now, this scenario went down totally different. She had the mother cussing her every step of the way. My son wasn't cussing you people. My son tried to follow all the guidelines. Y'all tried to set him up for failed drug test. Y'all tried to set him up for all of it. You're pieces of crap. You know, beyond the fact that you protected her because you have the same skin color, you have a shitty soul. You are a piece of crap. And you need to face criminal charges. Straight up. All right, Lord, I ask that you bring down that divine white light. Let it flow through me as I speak truth and nothing but truth. Now, let's see. Let's do a reading on the injustice. Let's do a reading on what was done. On the bottom, we have Wounded Warrior. That would be my son. Y'all tried to annihilate this man so your freaking crimes wouldn't be discovered, wouldn't be publicized. You're a piece of crap. Your whole family's a piece of crap. Social workers that ganged up with you, you're a piece of crap. Tarot readers that ganged up with you. You hear them babies screaming? Y'all are also a piece of crap. You sit out here and you say you're divine. You listen to this. You didn't have the webos, the backbone. You're nothing but yellow belly, spineless sons of bitches. You didn't have the backbone or nothing to stand up for what was right. One woman trying to stand for what was right, and y'all did all you could to stop her, try to make her look crazy, try to drive her crazy, try to stop her income. Y'all piece of shit, baby. And they flag this video all day long. I stand where I stand. I'm going to keep standing on your necks. I'm going to keep ragging your asses, and it is going to go public. Y'all going to stop doing this to these men. Y'all going to listen to what men have to say as well. Yeah, no doubt some of them fall in the same category, drug addicts, idiots, thieves. That's not who my son is. If you'd have done your effing job, and you'd have done a background check on this mother and some of her family, you'd have known right off who you was dealing with. Instead, now these babies, right back with the mother who put her in the stage crime, the mother who never cared if her children had an education, the mother who has a son that she draws a check on, that slept behind the couch for years, that is so mentally effed up. The same one she beat the head with her fist, and not a damn one of you did a damn thing. You did nothing. You did nothing to get this child some counseling so he could turn out to be a positive energy, productive citizen. Piece of crap. I see why your state's going through what your state is going through. Y'all can come at me all day long. You can talk smack because I'm speaking out on racism. I do not care. Truth is truth. Fact is fact. The world is changing, baby. The world is changing. You know, there's a lot more I could say. A lot more. There's certain ethnic of men that are getting fed the hell up with certain ethnics. BS. It's getting old. Family. Y'all wonder why things are happening. Are all of you too ignorant to see that within 100 years, it's going to be one race, baby? Now, I'm not talking about the Mexicans, Asians, and so on. But the way y'all want to fight this black and white thing, it's going to be one race. It's a losing battle. You're making freaking idiots of yourself. Moving on. We have the lovers. Yes, these two were lovers. All right, so we had someone that came forward, made an offer to this family. Now, we're talking about the CPS workers that would bring an end to something, give them a new beginning, so they wouldn't have to face criminal charges. All right, family, offer, the world, and the world is about endings and beginnings. So there was someone that brought an offer to this family that was going to either put an end to something, give them a new beginning, and that's exactly what happened. Social workers stood in the way, obstruction of justice all day long. All day long. You stood in the way. You never wrote in your reports these children were sleeping on the floor. You never wrote in your reports. Y'all even tried to cover up for her at the schoolhouse. Heartbroken. So you came in, you made an offer to help this mother have a new beginning, and you wanted that man left out and heartbroken. Third-party BS, baby, right there. So what I want to know is this. When does a child deserve, and correct me if I'm wrong, you piece of shits, when the hell should children be put in the home of criminals, felons, convicts, frauds, fakes, liars, thieves, and that is considered the best option? When? Where the hell they do that at? And that's what you did. Moving on. We're going to do a reading on y'all. And I can take a psychological eval every day of the week. I tell you what, Miss Social Worker, we're going to need for you to have one as well because of the crimes you helped commit. You made yourself accessory. Boom. Mental demon. You thought because we had the same skin color, I'm going to come into your family. I'm going to make an offer. We're going to put an end to this where he can't touch, he can't get his kids, which caused this man heartbreak due to y'all's third-party BS and put him right here. Same place he always was. This man acquired a click in his throat during this time. This man had to pull some of his own teeth during this time. You sabotaged his vehicles. You threw away the title to his Tahoe. You threw away the title to his Honda. You, madam, you're sick piece of shit. What woman does this? Baby, if you didn't want him, because we all know he didn't want you, he was done. When he started seeing the pattern of how you was a liar, just like when you rode his truck over there at Walmart, and then you come back and lied and tried to say, but somebody hit it, must have been a yellow vehicle. But the folks with common sense had enough sense to see a yellow vehicle stood approximately to what those yellow poles at Walmart do, right down the tire side, the right quarter panel, bedside of the truck. You are nothing but a lying, thieving fraud. This is something you've been all of your life. It is not something that's going to change because CPS is helping you, because you manipulated CPS. So now we got some family up in their head doing some thinking about it. Well, maybe you should have thought about it before you did it. All right? And then here we have, there's the offer. There's the judicial system, the CPS system, sharing with you. That was the money they paid. This is the most corrupt crap I have ever seen in a judicial system, especially when it comes to protecting children. Because at no time, and this is why we want to remove from your state, at no time did you protect these babies. You kept throwing them right back in the lion's den. Y'all sorry, man. Y'all sorry. And you didn't even care. Leach didn't care. Governor didn't care. CPS worker didn't care. You could have dealt with the mama, her mother behind the scenes. Same woman that wouldn't even pull a dryer out of storage. So her grandchildren. You don't love these children. You don't care about these fucking children at all. I'm pissed. Damn straight I'm pissed. It's going to go public. It's going to go worldwide. And you are going to have to answer to more than just the people of your town. The world is going to be looking at you, wondering why you didn't do this correctly. Right down to the cop. I have the date written down, sir. I have your name written down. Why didn't you make that report? The hell is wrong with you? They were trying to kill this man. Y'all don't seem to see how karma works. Let me tell you what's coming for you, sir. When your wife divorces you, takes you to the bank, there's going to be some lying-ass frauds that's going to stand up for her and do the exact same thing you did. Goes around, comes around. I just can't tell y'all. And this is what gets me, what brings the beast out in me. I can't believe how sick this was. I can't believe how conniving, underhanded, and dirty this was. So your CPS could get a dirty win? You know, I mean, I had tarot readers probably calling in fake calls. And this all started with a picture once I was hacked. And there was nobody there that day. But a nurse I used to work with, a jealous nurse, where I got a promotion to raise and she didn't. There was nobody there that day but her, this mother, and my son and his wife. As well as a couple, you know. Point being this. Those three women were the only ones taking pictures. You sent a picture to try to make it look like I was having sex with an African-American male in my front yard. You did that because you did not want me to rally these bikers together and rally your state. A lot was done here. Sex trafficking, criminal crimes. It's just very sick. And your state, sir, by you not listening to what some citizens were trying to tell you, you were pretty much hand in hand with this BS. Your social workers were. And if they say they didn't know about any of it, they're damn lie. They're damn lie. Because they discriminated against this man themselves. It's really sad. I have to bring in some tarot reading and some psychic ability to call every one of your asses out. The world is going to know what you did. When we get the records, and those records will be, there will be a, we do want the release of the records. Yes, ma'am, we do. And you had it all day long, baby. You can alter them. You can change them. I guarantee you it's not going to flow with what I have documented down, as well as my receipts. When you first started this and you protected this woman, my son worked right with CPS. This woman didn't take a class. This woman didn't do crap. Failed all the drug tests that you lied for her for. The father found a bag of ecstasy in the bed with a toddler running around the house. You put a donut on the counter with poison. How ignorant can you be? And the social worker still protected. Every complaint we made, you still protected this woman. You need to face criminal charges for obstruction of justice. You also need to face several other charges for child abuse. Because by what you did, obstructing justice and continuing to put these children right back in this home, you, madam, condoned these children being abused. Both of you. Both of you. So this is what I suggest to y'all. Anytime you have CPS come in, especially if you are in Aiken County, baby, turn on your recorders, turn on your audio, video, and record the hell out of every one of them because they're crooked as hell. They are crooked as hell. I'm not worried about you all, and see, that's what you tried to do. You tried to, let's investigate her. Let's prove who she is or who she isn't. That was all about thinking that you were going to trump this case by trying to expose me. Expose me, baby. I don't give a damn. There ain't a damn thing you can prove I have ever done in life that trumps the sick bullshit you, your county, and your CPS workers did. The entire situation is sick. And I'm still pissed about all of it. Mainly I'm pissed that these folks got away with this. That they got away with this. What social worker hears this and does not make an assessment? What social worker hears that and doesn't second guess herself to, hold on, wait a minute, let's stop the truck. We have babies crying, screaming, and speaking. And they do not want to go with that mother. They did not want to go with that mother, and that's exactly where you put them. You put them right now where they're at by your actions, by covering up for her, by covering up her crimes, by covering up her fake, her fraud, by letting her get away with not doing what she is supposed to do, my own foster worker. There's certain criteria this woman should have had to do. Y'all let her get away with every bit of it. You violated these children's civil rights. You caused my civil rights to be violated. You violated my son's civil rights. You almost cost this man his life. Also, you damn straight, I'm going to say it. Also, some black folk could plan together, commit some RICO crime, some hate crime, and get the hell away with it. Those days are changing, baby. Now, let me say this. I have some black friends that see this BS and call it BS. Not all black folk are the same. Some of them have good common sense, and some of them follow the herd right off the cliff. And yes, I'm saying that. You hate me all day long. I don't give a damn. It's fact, it's truth, and it's what the world is seeing. Never seen such corrupt BS. And yes, there are white people out there that do the same BS, that clan together to hide crimes, and their ass needs to go down for it too. All right, so we have the fool. We had the heartbreak. My son said to me, had he known then what he knew now, he'd have never let her leave the state with his child. He would be correct. So you brought him a lot of heartache for taking that leap of faith. He tried to go. He went to Carolina. He tried to make it work. You know why he tried to make it work? You know what he said to me? And for this, I could choke you till the piss runs down your legs. I don't want to take my children away from their mother. He knows what it was like to grow up without a father. And look what you did to him. Look how you stripped him of his children. You are a sorry, B-I-T-C-H. You scum. You crap. You trash. It's hundreds, millions of other women that have done the same shit. You deserve to be put to penitentiary. And that's where you need to be. Destiny, Wheel of Fortune. All right, guys. So let me show you what I have here. Now, this is just a card. As I said before, it doesn't tell you the future. It's all about the reader. Depends on how the reader uses it. A lot of readers are out here talking, slinging crap, filth, BS, when they could be doing something to lift the world up, lift people up. And what I'm telling you is this. When you are dealing with energies like this, piece of shits, that's the kind of energy we literally need to wipe off the face of the earth. It's criminals, felons, crooks, criminals. Criminals that the judicial system protected. I know we all have rights. Innocent until proven guilty is what you say. But when it comes to the judicial system, basically, you're guilty until proven innocent. Not innocent until proven guilty. So anyhow, we had these social workers that stepped in and brought an offer to this family to help bring an end to something, to protect that mother. In doing that, you were the third party that brought in nothing but heartache, heartbreak to these children and this man. This man was already in enough. We know that Nine of Swords is the mental demon. This man was already in enough mental anguish. You brought him more, Miss Social Worker, because you didn't stand up and do your effing job. Your job was to protect those children. And at no point did you do that. Moving on. So now we have a family up in their head. We got some social workers up in their head as well. Thinking. Because of the corrupt bullshit y'all did. You made an offer. You see here. You see this guy holding those scales? That's the offer you came in. You came in and you offered her judicial protection. And that's what you did. You protected her. You shared. Paid the rent. Protected her. To bring it into her having to fight over the children. To bring it into a freaking criminal. You should have left it alone. You should have butted the hell out. And you should have let it go to court like it should have. And this is what you did. You protected her from the father, from the correct judicial system procedures, and at no time also during this was this father notified of any court dates while he lived in the same home. You hid that as well. did a lot of lying, you some corrupt-ass women. Every one of you deserve to be judged for what you did. Needless to say, you brought an end to this man's being able to be with his children. You put him in wounded warrior mode, third-party BS, and that's also the family. Never in my life have I seen where a man has to go through an Uncle Roach, a felon, a crook, a crime, and a strung-out drug addict. Why in the hell should a man have to go through this man to speak with his children? That's filth. That's corruption. So then we had the 9 of Swords, the mental anguish, and the destiny. So basically, y'all shut this man out. You left him to his own destiny in wounded warrior mode, heartbreak, heartache, mental anguish. You tried to portray this man wouldn't hold a job. Baby, this man had numerous careers before you, Byron, before you did your bullshit. Every time this man had a job, you called him numerous times every day. Same old bullshit. Same reason a certain ethnic group are turning away from the women of a certain ethnic group. They're fed up with the bullshit. Had you stood behind this man, had you had his back, had you had his back and supported him when he was in welding school, had you had his back and supported him when he was on these other job sites, instead of calling him, pestering him, hounding him, harassing him. I got to get mama to work. I got to get to work. Baby, this man could have brought in triple the money you was bringing in. This man could have been a provider for his home. You see, as much as you tried to, and this is where your fake image comes in, as much as you tried to portray he won't work, he don't get a job, I got to work. Again, that work has always been your excuse to not have to deal with your 6 children. Because it was easier to let a drug addict lay up at the house with them while you beat the effing streets than it was to go home, cook, clean, break open a book, do some homework. That's your excuse. That's your fake image you hide behind and you always have. Same shit you're doing right now. Nothing's changed and nothing will. Until somebody brings about that change. And apparently God picked me. Anyhow, like I said, had you let this man stand in a man's shoes, first off, no man is going to bring income into a home where they're having to support. Now, some people do help with the mother-in-law. I get that. But no man is going to go out, bring income into where they have no say-so, no respect, no say-so over their own children without your whole damn family trying to stand up and dispute them over it. And no man is going to go in and bring in an income to help support drug addicts laid up, scratching their cods on the couch while they're snorting their cocaine. And you are ignorant if you ever thought one would. Moving on. I know y'all don't like me because I spit truth. You can kiss my webos. You can kiss my beehole. I don't care. I might be a redneck. I may not have a great college education. But that don't mean I'm not going to stand up for what the hell y'all did. I may not even have the proper words or terminology to put it into, but I'm still going to stand up. We're going to bring it public. It's going to be seen, and you all are going to be exposed for what the hell you did. Especially when the people of your county get wind of it. You know it, and I know it. There is going to come a day we are going to be standing on your judicial steps with a reporter. This is the grossest, sickest crap I've ever seen. Hang on, guys. Yeah, it makes me mad. Especially when I have dreams like I did last night. Let me tell you guys about this dream. It's been a proven fact my dreams come true. Let me tell you about this dream. This was a black car. It looked like a Dodge Charger with a fin. Had a fin on the back of it. This is times when it's hard for me not to cry. Because in these dreams, I feel the emotions. I could hear these children screaming. I could feel their fear. And I'm talking fear to where these babies were shaking. Shaking. Look, I've got chills. There was children in this car. This car was being pushed into, it was like, you know how guys on like a bridge with the silver rails, and then somehow like how they make a little road down beside the bridge where people go and fish and stuff like that. Anyhow, this car was being pushed by another vehicle down into, it's like the car rode down so far and it stopped. It didn't go into the water. So the other vehicle pushed that car into the water. This car was full of kids. So I don't know. I'm going to have to ponder that. I actually was trying not to think about it when I woke up. Because it does. It makes me want to cry because I feel the emotions. And that's the hard part about having a psychic ability. So I don't know who this is. I don't know where this is going to happen at. But I can tell you this is going to happen. So the vehicle, the other vehicle pushed it on into the water. And then the other vehicle backed up and drove across the bridge. And that's when I woke up from the dream. So I am very upset. This has brought a lot of emotions out of me. It does bring some anger out of me. Anger over what was done. Anger over how racism seems to stand prominent over children, innocent children being abused. And that should never happen in America. That should never happen. We are Americans, American tax-paying citizens. Never, never, regardless of your skin color, regardless of your background, never should children be abused. And never should our judicial system condone it. Never should our judicial system covet, protect, and cover up for criminals, felons, thieves, and drug addicts. Not only cover up for them, watch them. Help them manipulate the judicial system. Help them manipulate the children's system. That's sick. It's sick, it's vile, and it's criminal. Now I'm going to finish this reading. All right, so we had balance. So we have the family that the CPS worker came in, made the offer to try to, the offer was the offer was to bring it all to an end. So basically the offer was to protect the mother, bring it into the father, screaming about the abuse, bring it into the father, trying to get some help here. So then we had temperance. So this was all about helping this criminal family get balance instead of, and I get rehabilitation, I get that. But where is the rehabilitation when the family is still the criminals, the felons, thieves, drug addicts? How can you rehabilitate someone that is making no effort to rehabilitate? Throughout all of this, the mother never made any effort to rehabilitate. The father stood in truth, and all y'all ever did was push it under the carpet. You didn't want to hear a damn thing this man had to say. When this man stood in truth, his children were being abused, and you can hear it. And this is what makes it sick, what you did, Miss CPS worker. When you hear this, and you didn't start to second guess yourself, you didn't start to say, hold up, let me start making the proper reports, let me start making the proper judgment calls. That is why you need to go to jail. Obstruction of justice, child abuse, numerous accounts, and have all of your cases reopened. All right, so then we had King of Cups. So we had the offer the CPS worker came in with. So it's not hard to see what was happening here. While you was covering for the mother, you see you got scales of justice over here with this beggar right here. You got the other beggar here, look at a few little crumbs. So y'all was giving him a few little crumbs while you was over here using the judicial system to protect a thief. And there's the King of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Either you, madams, were Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I know my son's a Pisces. So, then we have the world. You stepped in, you manipulated and used the judicial system and the CPS system to protect criminals, to bring an end to, one, this is how this man was being treated. He stayed there. Can you imagine the mental torture he went through to protect his children? This is what he went through. This is what he went through. While he was standing his ground, being abused, being used, being lied on, being thieved from, having titles thrown away, vehicles sabotaged. And the next card is this right here, having to stand his freaking ground. I'm sorry, that's the battle, guys. That's not the 7 of Wands, that's the 5 of Wands. So he was having to fight. Cards say it right here. He was having to fight. He was hurt. He was down, and he was having to fight to prevent his children from being abused. And what did you do, Miss Social Worker? You helped protect the family that was setting this man up to annihilate him. You're scum. You need to be stripped of your job. All right, so here we have the third-party heartbreak. You did not care the harm that you caused this man. You did not care about the mental anguish. You did not care about the harm and the mental anguish you caused these children. So here we had the leap of faith and the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody made some money off of this BS somewhere along the line. Probably the mother who made... I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to follow my intuition, take a guess on this. 12 grand. I'm going to say 12 grand. I don't know what you made off the accident, but I'm saying 12 grand. Might be right. All right, so you didn't care who you hurt. You didn't care who you harmed because either you were getting grants, you were getting money, you were sharing that money. I already know you paid $5,000 in rent for these freaking drug addicts. Even the grandmother that you put in the home with them mentally abused them. Mentally abused them. Y'all played with these little girls' minds in the most vicious, horrible ways. While there was a child mother laid up, my son was one taking care of the toddler. Mother laid up in her room. Y'all slapping that toddler in the stomach. Y'all some vile, vicious, dirty, low-down sons of bitches. And it's going to come public. All right, moving on. Yes, I cuss. You don't like it, click the hell off. Good Lord meant for every bit of this to come out. All right, so you left this man up in mental anguish. You caused him a lot of mental anguish. You left him out in the cold to his own will of fortune. He had to walk away from his babies. Hence, your little lies and BS where he so-called pulled a machete on you. I hope you've gone back and Googled that so you at least know what the hell a machete is now. And it's not a knife this big. A machete's about that long. Ignorance. Ignorance. The judicial system you lied to, you manipulated. Even while, when you was trying to take this man to court, and this is what's sick about how you manipulated the judicial system. While you was trying to take him to court, claim he assaulted you with a machete, which you didn't even know what the hell a machete looked like, which again proves you lied, not to mention you lied on the stand. The entire time, you were stalking. So you sat on the jury stand, tried to manipulate that judge while you and your family were stalking me and mine. You, man, are pathetic. You are a thief, a criminal, a con artist, and a piece of crap. Now, let's finish it off. So what's going to become all of it? You see that blessing being handed down by the divine, you pack of fools? God himself is stepping in. You see that blessing being handed down? And that falls right on the man that experienced all of the mental torture, that had to walk away with his destiny in his own hands without his babies. And there's the blessing. Because every one of you, you were wrong. You know you were wrong. And instead of come out and saying, let's do a political, get a reporter on the scene. So you don't want to do that. You didn't want to do it because you don't want the people of your county to know what happened here. On my deathbed, I'm coming. On my deathbed, what was done to my babies, what was done to my son, every damn one of you are going to be held accountable for it. Every one of you. Mr. Governor, I made numerous emails to your facility. Mr. Leach, I spoke with numerous people in your facility. CPS, I spoke with you numerous times, as well as made reports, as well as played this for you. Now, I want to know at what point in time was this okay? You heard their screams? This is from children. These children are not, even this pathetic whole sister tried to act like my son was brainwashing his children. You see, my son is concerned with his children's mental stability. He hasn't tried to brainwash them at all. You know what he tells his babies? Baby, just tell the truth. Because he's trying to teach his children to know what morals are, to stand on morals. These dirty, low-down bastards right now are brainwashing my grandbabies. So the truth never comes out. You never took that baby to have her neck checked out. Matter of fact, the day we called the ambulance, and this proves exactly who you are, madam. The day we called the ambulance and the ambulance came, and that baby stood there and told these people what happened, was also the day you took your children, put them in the car with them holding on to their daddy's legs screaming, and you drove off with them. Why? Because you do not want any. That's why you never took her to the doctor. Because you damn sure don't want her to sit there and say in front of the doctor, you're the one that caused her the neck injury. Well, when it was brought to the public eye, when it was told to the EMTs, that's the day you took your children and walked away. And it wasn't because somebody was trying to do some BS to you. It's because your ass was fixing to be exposed. You're filth. You're filth. I have every right to be pissed. The MK Ultra BS y'all tried to play on me, the mind control, the games, the theft, how you tried to stop my money. This is the most sickening BS I have ever seen. You know, I've seen some crap in my days. There was a lot of criminals involved here, a lot of people that ganged up. And you all thought, well, let's expose old Adirene. So we can make it look like, oh, she's the corrupt one. She's the bad one. Baby, I'll expose my damn self. I know who I am. I know what I've done in this life. And I have never, ever done any sick BS like this. We had old bar hoes gang up, Percy. We had old bar hoes gang up and try to sling slander and slime on my name. We had some ex-family gang up and try to sling some slime on my name. Corrupt ex-family. A matriarch that tried to sell somebody's land didn't even belong to her. A criminal. Matriarch criminal. Pill-popping gold digger. Pill-popping gold digger that tried to team up and sling some slander on my name. Now, nowhere have I declared I'm perfect. I am not. But I guarantee you, I'm not this trash. I'm not all this trash that tried to gang up on me. Right down to some racist tariff raiders. Y'all know it, and I know it. So this is all I have to say. To the judicial system, you were manipulated. To the CPS system, you were manipulated. These African-American CPS workers that clan right up with her, you helped do that manipulation. You helped manipulate the judicial system and the CPS system. And somebody somewhere in there thought they were going to video me and exploit me. What you going to exploit me for? Doing some cussing? Huh? Because you see, these little foster kids I took in, that's kinfolk, baby. And I assure you, their mother gave them a cussing worse than anything I've ever said to them. Because I refuse to live in filth. I refuse to live in roaches, filth. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it anywhere, any day for anybody. Which brings me to this. The vehicle your sister had sitting in my yard. Now, no, darling, I would have never had your vehicle hauled off. But the reason I threatened you and wanted it hauled away is because I was sick of seeing roaches crawling on the windows. That's why I wanted your vehicle out of my yard. Because it was infested with roaches. So the little picture you portrayed where you drug it home and you stretched out on your hood, go ahead with your bad self. Cockroaches. All right, moving on. Again, I may not be sitting in front of a camera using all of the correct political terms, but this is the BS that happened, and this is the BS that's going to go public. Y'all have sat back in Aiken County and manipulated the judicial system long the F enough. I'm going to speak up on it. You're going to have to take me out to stop me from speaking up on it. You're going to have to take me out to sit me down, shut me up, and keep me from coming. Knight of Swords. That's somebody coming in that's got a sharp tongue, that stands on honor, and is not afraid to speak their piece. Here I am. You can call me crazy all day long, baby. I'm very sane. Trust me, ain't no way in hell you could hold a nursing job, be drunk, a drug addict, and put in as many hours as I do. You'd be asleep somewhere in one of the client's beds. Getting molested or something. Anyhow, I'm just sitting fed up with all the BS. I'm sick and fed up with how people thought they were going to get away with this MK Ultra BS. I'm sick of how my own sheriff's department was circling me like Indian chiefs. That tells me y'all made some calls, y'all tried to do something to make somebody look like a drug addict. All of this was done to gaslight, to put me and my son in the spotlight, to cover up this criminal, illicit, corrupt, sick BS that went on in your county, as well as what went on out here with these bikers. I stand for peace, I stand for truth, and I will keep standing for it. I will keep standing for it. I will keep standing for how these children were abused. You're not going to get away with what you did. You thought you was going to drive me mentally insane to the point I'd take myself out. It was a good plan, no doubt. You also thought if you took my son out, you was going to get every bit of it. The $300,000 in insurance, the land, the vehicles, and possibly checks on your children. I don't know. I don't care. I don't give a damn what happens to any of you. But what I do know is you're not going to try to gaslight me and mine and make it look like this was us. Then you and yours are the criminals. I've done all the background checks. I have all the proof. I'm not a felon. I'm not a criminal. My child is not a criminal nor a felon, nor are either of his siblings. My daughter's not a criminal or a felon, and neither is my youngest son. So for the mothers that raised these so-called wonderful children, you may want to rethink that, baby girl. Facts. I'll be back to do more readings. Peace out, cockroaches.